Hey, what's going on, fellas? How you doing? Matt Antonelli here, answering your questions today. Today's question is on supplements in Major League Baseball. Kind of what can you take? Do they give you free supplements? What's the testing like? All that stuff with regard to supplements. So let's get into that a little bit. Before we do, check out the description box below. I've got a link. We've got a deal going on with Plate Crate, 50% off your first Plate Crate. Just click that link. It'll take you right over the website. You can sign up and learn more over there. Definitely check it out. So supplements. As we've talked about in the past, I was a big meathead when I played in college. I like to work out a lot. And so when it comes to supplements, I didn't take any crazy supplements. Mostly for supplements, I would take some type of protein shake. I dabbled with creatine a few times, which really worked for me. It really gave me, I've had a lot of success with creatine, put a lot of strength on and weight and all that stuff. But that was really the two main things I took. And I didn't take a lot of creatine, just a little bit. It was mostly protein shakes. As far as teams, like most teams are going to supply that stuff for you, at least when you're there, whether it's in spring training or during the season. Usually there's going to be like some type of refrigerator or something that's going to have protein shakes for you. So depending on the team, like we had Gatorade shakes some years. Some years we had EAS shakes. And so you just go in, you got a fridge. Usually they're going to put a limit on it. They only want you to take one a day. I mean, when you're in the major leagues, you can probably take a few more than that. But in the minor leagues, usually it's a little more strict and you try to take two and they're like watching you, hawking you when you don't know that they are. They're going to usually have protein bars out in the weight room, and so you're going to be able to have those. When I was with the Padres, they'd have a little station with like creatine and a pre-workout drink and all that stuff, and you can kind of go in there and get whatever you need. Here's the thing. Major League Baseball and minor league baseball got really strict with what you could and could not take, especially after all the steroid stuff went down, like whenever that was, back when Bonds and McGuire and Sosa were hitting a bajillion home runs. And so, every year they have there's always a talk on what you can take and what supplements you can't take. And, you started having these things where you could only take certified supplements. And, they're just always harping on it. And so you've got to make sure that there's only a few companies that you can take stuff from. You can't really just go into like Vitamin Shop or World or whatever it's called, or whatever the other one is. I forget the names of them. I think they're all going out of business now. You really can't just walk into like a shop and just start buying stuff off the shelves, because there's a chance that if you get tested, you could get popped for it, because, just because you're taking a protein shake that doesn't have anything bad in it, whatever they made prior, so the supplement that they made prior to that, they may be using the same type of stuff, and so maybe they're doing something that's got an illegal supplement, and although they say it's not in this protein shake, it may still, a little bit of it may get in there because they're using it in the same facility, or maybe on the same, they're manufacturing it right next to something that's illegal. And so, you're supposed to only use stuff that is certified by Major League or Minor League Baseball. And so, they're really strict with it, and they talk about it every single year. They're always having meetings. And so here's a story real quick for you where I got in a little bit of trouble one year. So I never failed a test. Like I said, I never took anything crazy, and I was really, if they told me that this is what you had to take, that's what I took. I didn't take stuff and hope that I didn't get tested positive for it, or I didn't take stuff that they said was on the ban list or anything like that. Except one year, I'm playing my first season with the Nationals. So I show up to spring training, and when I was home, like this is like probably a year or two into when they started implementing this stuff, and they kept adding like more and more and more stuff to the list. And again, I was taking like really simple like protein shakes and all the stuff that they basically said. But one year I was using, I can't remember the brand, I don't know if it was Muscle Milk or it was something that I'd used prior, and it was always like fine. And apparently that year, like it got added as like not the supplement, but like the company. You couldn't use that company anymore because it wasn't a certified company or whatever. And so I had bought the stuff prior, and I put it in my bag, and I brought it to spring training. And when I got there, like I hadn't even opened it yet or anything. I got to spring training the first day. We go over like all the supplements and what you can take, and I realized like, okay, like that company, we're not supposed to take stuff from that company. I was like, okay, fine, I won't take it. I'm going to use the stuff that's provided to me by the Nationals. And so, whatever, I don't think anything of it. It was in my bag, and it was at the hotel, like in my suitcase. And so, we're probably like 3 days into camp, and all of a sudden, we have a meeting about somebody that lost sunglasses One of the players said that someone stole his sunglasses. So I was like, this is really random. So we have the meeting, whatever, meeting ends. The next day, I show up and they say, hey, I won't say who it was. Somebody with the Nationals, someone in the front office needs to talk to you. They want to see you in the office. And I was like, okay. I was like, I get cut already? I've been here literally 5 days. So I go into the office. I sit down. They're like, hey, close the door. I sit down. They go, hey, what is this that we found in your hotel room? And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And they're like, the protein shakes. And I was like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I said, I brought those from home. I said, but I haven't opened them yet. I haven't taken any of them. And when I realized that like they're a brand that we're not supposed to take, I said, I'm not taking them. They go, well, we were searching rooms a few days ago trying to find whoever's sunglasses that got stolen. We wanted to see if anyone had taken them. And, we saw it in your suitcase that you had this protein shake. And I was like, first I thought that was kind of strange that they're searching through everyone's stuff for sunglasses at the team hotel. But anyways, I'm sorry. I'm not taking it. I don't plan on taking it. I was like, I'll throw it away. It's in my bag. I didn't even think to go toss it out. I'm like, it has the wrapping on it. I'm not taking it. And he said, if we find one more thing like that, one more protein shake that's not allowed, you're done. You're out of here. We're releasing you. And I was like, okay. He said, okay, get out. I was like, very nice to meet you. Thank you. Well, I'd met him before, but it was like I was there for 5 days. I just come from 5 years with the Padres, and I was like, yes, sir. Okay, thank you. And I walked out, and I went home, and I took the protein, I threw it in the trash. So I was throwing it in the trash anyway. But gives you a little insight into how serious they became about like supplement stuff. Again, little protein shake, just from a company that apparently wasn't certified or didn't pay enough money to get on that MLB certified list or whatever. And I almost like lost a job 5 days into it because I had a thing in my bag that I hadn't even used, and somehow they got into my hotel room and went through my bag and found it. So, yeah, that's how supplements work. And again, I haven't played now in 4 years. I've been out of baseball for 4 years, and I'm assuming the list has only gotten bigger of the banned stuff that you can use. And probably not. It's probably still the same stuff, but they're probably really strict about the companies that you use and all that stuff. And so, yeah, that's how it works. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight into how serious they're taking it. A lot of people are like, oh, those guys are just taking steroids and whatever they want all over the place. It's actually pretty strict. And I'm sure there's some stuff that's like it's not detectable and all that stuff that guys are on. I mean, I'm sure there's some of that stuff out there, but they're pretty strict about the supplements and all that stuff you can take. So don't think everyone's like just juicing it up all over the place. At least I don't think they are. So let me know if you have any more questions. Check out that description box again below. Click on that link to Play Crate. You get 50% off. I also have a bunch of books and training tools, links to all that stuff that we use with all of our guys that I think you guys will find helpful and useful. Check out our Instagram, Antonelli Baseball, our Twitter feed, MattAntonelli9, where I'm posting videos all the time for you guys. Check out our website, AntonelliBaseball.com. You can find out how to work with our staff and also be part of our teams. And that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much again for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later.